Okay. Mom. Yeah.
What is up, everyone? Happy St. Patrick's Day.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Still have it. Howdy.
Sorry about running a little bit late. Tonight we got a special guest. We got Soaps and Suds and such here.
Spring and innocence, and Larry's out doing something, but he'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, he'll be right back.
So how's everybody's weekend been?
Doing pretty good. I got a bunch of stuff going on with some of my older plants. I was gonna take a couple pictures of it. They're starting to get the same thing that happened to them last season. Like I started noticing certain things were like there would be like dark like vein like patterns underneath the leaves, and then the tips of the new growth would like start dying back, like someone like sucked the life out of them. And that's the same exact thing that happened last year with the ones when I thought they had mites. So I trimmed them back even more this weekend, and I sprayed with a little bit of a tablespoon of neem oil in some hot water. I sprayed before the sun went down, so hopefully that'll help them. And I separated them from everything else because I don't want them messing up any of my new stuff.
What's up, Bounty? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Steven? What's up, Eric? Alberta Pepper, Bill. Everybody in the chat, what's up?
The weird thing is I know it's not my soil because I use the same exact mix for every other plant I have, and nothing's wrong with them. It's only the ones that I saved from last year. Hey, what's up, Batman?
What's up, Batman? What's up, Pedro?
Yeah, I'll have to take some pictures and show you guys. Maybe someone can help me out and let me know what they think the problem would be for them.
What's it look like?
What's up?
I said, what's it look like?
Some of the leaves, like on the top part of the canopies of the plants, the leaves start getting a little bit yellow, and then if you look underneath it, it looks like brown, like veiny patterns, like underneath the leaves. And then like the leaves will eventually fall off, and then the new growth will start looking like it's turning yellower. Then like it'll like start dying off. But everything at the bottom of the plant, it looks nice. Like they're like 2.5 foot tall because I cut them back, and everything looks nice. Like on the first foot of the plant, then at the top part of the canopy, it's like someone's like sucking the life out of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And I haven't been over fertilizing them. They got the same soil as everything else. I have no idea. I hope it's not some type of like bacterial problem.
That's what I was gonna say. It sounds like it could be some type of bacterial problem, or maybe some type of pest, but I don't know what it would be. I don't know.
I'll take some pictures and post them in the PLC, so maybe someone can help me out. I think Rob Shaler said that he had the same problem last year too.
I had a similar problem last year with a few plants too. And they would get leaves that would turn yellow and then drop. And I'm not sure exactly what it was. I did have some leaf spot at one point, and I suspect I could have maybe had a little bit of a mite issue. I never saw any mites though, so I don't know.
Yeah, like there's no aphids. I've looked up and down every plant. I know what aphids are. I can't see anything. There's no like blotches on none of the leaves. It almost looks like just like brown veins going through the leaves. Like it's crazy.
What's up, Charles?
What's up, Charles?
What's up? I'm into pain.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, he said, Togarashi said, sounds like broad mites. Dang. Yeah, I have no idea. That would explain it because those are the same plants that were infected last year, but when I removed them out of the containers, I drenched them all in water, and I removed all the soil away from the root structures and flushed it out with a hose. Then I repotted them in brand new soil, in new containers, and I cut them back to like basically just the trunk of the plant, just like the main stalk. So for the last 3 months, they've been doing fantastic and growing great. And in the last week, something just hit them hard, and they're getting all messed up.
Yeah, I think I agree with Kyle. It does sound like it could be broad mites. And I think that
I'll take some pictures.
I might have had that last year on some plants. And it seemed like it was relatively contained, but it also seemed like it spread amongst the plants that it was contained to. And I saw it. It was on mostly some of my later starts that were in some smaller containers. And then it kind of spread over to a couple of my bigger plants. Actually, towards the end of the season, my Dorset and August started getting it a little bit. But it didn't affect that one too bad because that was a big enough plant it could handle having a little bit of an issue. It didn't get real bad on there. And I kept trying to spray stuff for it and never could get it killed out. Yeah, cheers everyone.
Cheers,
Happy
St. Patrick's Day. How's everyone's plants doing too? Like, is everyone ready to take them outside, or?
I'm definitely going to be moving my stuff out before too long. I need to wait until the weather gets a little bit better. But we're starting to get to that point where it's going to be nice enough to have them outside. I think last year I'd already been having plants, or I know I'd been having plants outside by this time. But I was also moving them back and forth, and I decided this year I wasn't going to do that. I'm going to wait until it gets nice enough that I can keep them out there most all of the time, except for the occasional cold night, at which point I'll like just bring them in the back door and just keep them on the floor by the back door and then move them out in the morning or whatever to avoid any chance of cold zap. And once I get everything moved out, I'll be able to start more seeds because I don't have any space right now. I know I showed you BD, like I'd posted in the PLC, but it's like almost kind of embarrassing. My plants have just like completely outgrown the little tiny grow area that I have, and I've got like my drawers on my desk like pulled out with like baking dish or baking pans sheets across it to like have more plants on them. So I've got like probably 50 plants like in my drawers like outside of the counter space, and the whole counter space is just, I mean, cups touching each other the whole way across side to side because I got 151 going right now.
Spring, didn't you guys say that you had to start some new stuff coming up this week too?
Yeah, and I've got some that I'm gonna have to pot. But kind of like Rob says, running out of room.
Yeah.
What's happening here? But it's been being cold every morning, so I don't know. I mean, that's like today. It was warm, but yet there was a coolness to the breeze. But in the mornings, it's been being cold. I don't know whether they can handle it or not. I thought about putting them on the back porch, but I'm gonna have to clean the back porch out. I'll find somewhere to put bee equipment boxes and all.
How's Innocent's plants doing?
Oh, they're growing. Most of them. She's got a few that are puny, but other than that, I mean, most of them are growing. I was looking at the lemon starburst in there. She hasn't chosen one yet, but that one, I tell you, that thing is looking pretty. I was showing Spanky the leaves on it. It's just looking really pretty. And then we got.
I haven't even all chosen my contest lemon starburst. I have 3 lemon starbursts going, I think, and I don't know where any of them are. I don't know where anything is. It's just a bunch of plants. I don't feel that committed to go through to see what's what. They're all growing good, and that's what matters, I guess.
Yeah, we moved ours, a bunch of them.
I got this one out there. It looks pretty nice.
What's up, Rocky?
What's
Terry?
What's up, Rocky?
Hey.
Yeah, I remember you guys were saying those lemon starburst pods. I think Charles said too, like they ripen really quick, right?
Yeah. Whenever they start to show sign of color, they ripen pretty quickly. I mean, it's like within a day they're ripe once they like get about a third of the way colored.
Yeah, I got a few on the plant right now. It's only about, I would say, only like 1.5 feet tall. But I was tired of picking all the flowers off it, so I just let it do its thing. And the pods are decently sized for it only being 1.5 feet tall.
Bill and Alberta Pepper, yeah, I do make jerky, and I will be making some at some point this year. I don't know when. I usually do venison jerky because my buddy's a hunter and always has a surplus of meat, so I usually go that route. It's a lot more cost effective versus going and buying a bunch of beef, which is pretty expensive these days. And I'm into pain. That's Spring. It's her channel, Soaps and Suds and Such. And I don't know if they have commented in the chat at all. I think earlier on they commented in there. When she gets back, she can comment in the chat, so you can click to subscribe to their channel. They do live stream on Tuesday nights usually. Oh, what's up, Happy
I
Pepper?
have some. Hey, what's up, Happy Pepper? Yeah, we have Goham's jerky. We got to figure out a date that everyone wants to link up and try it together.
Yeah, I meant to message or call Charles about that today, but I got busy doing some other stuff. But maybe this week, one of the days, or maybe even on Tuesday, we could all go on with Spring and Larry and do it or something.
Look at this guy right there. Check that thing out.
Oh man, what's that?
Bro, this little guy right here was in the bottom of the canopy on my my CPR plant. But that's the only pod that looks something similar to what it's supposed to be.
That's awesome.
I think it's just a chocolate primo. I don't think it's no CPR or nothing like that. So we'll see how it is. I picked one off the plant, but it didn't look anything like it. Like here's them all. Here's some of them ripening up, like some like little small ones. You can't really see it, but that one in the middle looks kind of cool. Look at that! Look at that little one in the middle.
Yeah,
that one kind of looks like a CPR. The one in the middle. I just haven't been picking any of the smaller ones. I just let them do whatever.
Why aren't you picking them?
No, I meant none of the flowers. I'm just letting them do whatever they want. Like I'll leave the small pods on it for right now.
Yeah. I don't usually pick flowers or buds or small pods or anything. I just let it do its thing.
Yeah, Alberta Pepper. I think my camera is all messed up on my computer, so that's why it might be lagging.
Later, Kyle. Have a good one, bro.
Later, Kyle. Yeah, I still got to start a bunch of herbs too. Rob Shaler just sent me some tomato seeds, so I'm going to start those. Um, then the herbs I got are already taken off. I got to figure out maybe to make like a little raised bed for just herbs.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to figure out what I'm gonna do for all the herbs. I have this one like big round container that it's only about like this deep, but it's like a good like big round container, and I've already got oregano coming back up. Like it's coming up real thick. The mint hadn't really popped up much, but there is some of it up, and it's I know where how the mint is. The roots are going to be everywhere in that thing, and it's just going to start popping up all over the place once it warms up a little more. And then I've got some sage that is still doing good, and it's showing some new little growths down by the root system where it's going to pop up some new uh, branches and stuff. So that's cool.
How are you guys starting yours, Spring and Larry? Like the herbs, are you guys just going to plant them in the soil outside, or start them inside, or?
Um, that's what I've been thinking about. Right now, we can't. We can. Well, we could try to start stuff inside. It's just where to put it. We got peppers and a couple of other plants like an avocado taking up all the lights.
Yeah, that's my dilemma at the moment is I don't have space to start anything else. I still need to start my ahis, uh, different Thai varieties, and jalapenos and stuff. But I mean, I'm really not like late on any of that stuff. It's right at the time that would be good to start that stuff so it can grow as big and as fast as it wants without being held back. Because last year I started some of that stuff early with my super hots, and the plants just wanted to grow and grow, and it didn't work out as well. I feel like there's not much benefit to starting some varieties real early unless you have the ability to just like keep repotting them and let them grow as big as they want to. But obviously most of us don't have that kind of space.
Hey, cheers, Bounty. Thanks for the sub, bro.
Yeah, cheers, Bounty. Yeah, he was on like all day today. I was watching him earlier today, and I was getting ready to go out and do some stuff, and I ended up going out metal detecting, and uh, I watched him for over an hour. I was gone for like probably 3 or 4 hours, and then came back, and he was still on. And I watched him for like another hour. I think he was on for like 6.5, almost 7 hours today.
Dang. Hey, have a good night, Bill. Thanks for stopping by.
Have a good one, Bill.
Yeah, that basil I got from Soaps and Suds is crazy. That thing smells fantastic, and it's already outgrew the little hydroponic setup it's in. So I planted like 10 seeds in that little sponge. So I don't know how big it's gonna get.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start mine in like Jiffy Mix like I do with everything else, and then I'll move it into whatever I planted in outside because I don't think I'm gonna bother with like transplanting it into cups. It'll be warm enough at the point that that stuff gets established in the 6 cell trays to where I can just plant it directly into whatever containers I'm going to grow in. I found this one thing in the woods by the creek, kind of in my neighborhood, the neighborhood next to me, like going down towards the river, but it was in the woods where I guess it had washed somebody's yard and one of the floods and got caught up in the woods. But it's like, you know, those like grow containers that some people put them on like the railings of their decks or like balconies or whatever, where it's like a long rectangular container, like about that long and only about like that wide and about like that deep. It's one of those things. So it'll be perfect for, I figure, probably like 4 or 5 basil plants I could comfortably fit into there. and it'll just grow into like a nice like hedge of basil. I'll probably do like 4 or 5 different varieties in the same thing since I have so many different basils.
Rocky said he just got a dehydrator.
Awesome.
Make some crazy powders.
It's good for drying herbs and stuff too, like how we were just talking about herbs. I know you can just air dry them, but it's real easy in a dehydrator.
Yo, what's up, the Fixter?
What's up, Fixter?
Yeah, I've been watching everybody's update videos whenever I can. Everything's looking great. It seems like this year everyone's plants are like just doing great. Like all the seed starts everyone's been doing.
Yeah, Bounty showed a couple of his plants earlier today when I was watching him, and his plants are looking awesome too. I'm excited to see how he does growing peppers for, I think, the first time. He may have actually grown some in the past, but I know that he was saying that he hadn't ever like grown super hots or anything and started them from seed and stuff. So it's always fun to see somebody that hadn't done it before kind of fall in love with it.
Oh yeah.
It's an addiction. It is, but it's awesome.
Hey, Rob, is that fishing poles behind you?
Yes.
All right, there you go, Chris. Now you know.
Yeah, I got fishing poles there, fishing poles here, fishing poles outside the door in the hallway, like fishing poles all over the place.
No. Is it go away?
I love catching minnows.
Hey, what's up, Will?
I just like catching stuff.
Don't know. It's just something about baiting that trap and
I just like catching fish.
finding the right spot for it.
Especially catfish. They are fun.
Oh yeah, I got some good news. I was checking one of my Reaper plants, and last year I had a little 5-gallon tote, and I topped a bunch of my plants, and I had about a 6-inch piece from a plant that I didn't even need. So I just rooted it, and I planted it in a 4-gallon bucket in January, and there's already a pod on it. So I got the first Reaper of the year. This is I'm glad it at least has a tail on it. It's on. That's from underneath it.
Nice.
I'll try to take a better picture tomorrow, but I just wanted to make sure I got a picture with the little tail coming out of the bottom. And it was from the same pack of seeds. Remember when I posted that picture of that weird looking fake Reaper looking thing with the weird pheno from last year? It's from the same pack of seeds that was in, so I'm happy about that.
Did I send you Reaper seeds or?
Yeah. I have one of them. I think I have one of those growing too, but it's not outside yet. I just started for this year. I've seen he's been doing some really cool reviews lately with Charles's hot sauce.
Yep.
That the Caribbean Sunrise is really good on breakfast sandwiches. I've been using it almost mainly for that.
I might make a breakfast burrito tomorrow and use it on that.
Oh yeah, it's really good. I do like a bacon, egg, and cheese on like an English muffin or something, or on a bagel. or a sausage, egg, and cheese, and put the Caribbean sunrise on it.
The ornery gator is really good on breakfast sandwiches too.
Yeah, I like that one on Asian food. Like I was doing like some stir fry with it, with some chicken and rice and vegetables.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I've been making.
You were using that one too, Larry?
Me too.
You used the sunrise?
Do what?
That's the one that you had too?
Yeah, I already used it all. It's all gone.
You still have that bottle?
Do what?
You still have that unopened one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got that one too. Maybe we could try that here in a few. If you felt
Yeah,
up
definitely.
for it.
I think Rev might be joining here in a little bit, so you guys could try the
I think
what's it?
that's
The
that
one
one
together.
too, possibly. I'm not for
What's
sure,
up?
but I want to say Rev might have them all mixed up as well that he hadn't
Yeah,
opened yet.
Charles said you should. Tomorrow's is Taco Tuesday. No, tomorrow's Monday.
I had burritos tonight. They were awesome, but too spicy. But well, I don't know. They weren't too spicy, but they were like really hot. But
Will said Beauregard on sausage biscuits.
I put a ton of pickled super hots on the burritos that I made tonight. I like finally cracked open my jar of pickled super hots, and I was like a little bit hesitant to open it for a long time because I was thinking that they were just going to be too hot to really like comfortably use. But nah, it's like perfect, and it's like a mix of all sorts of stuff. There's like bootlas and ghost and Dorset Nagas and Reapers and Scotch Brains and Bonnets and Scorpions and all kinds of stuff in it. It's a pretty lethal mix of peppers, but it's a really, really delicious. I've found recently that I like the super hots and habaneros and stuff cut into rings and pickled because it comes out very sweet. They just naturally make a sweetness, and it's really nice on pizza and stuff like that. It was great on the burritos.
Oh yeah, and also too the Fixer has been reviewing hot sauces too, man. Some awesome videos. So definitely subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Let me see. I was looking through my pictures to see if I had any of the when I was using the hot sauce. You said you're pickling super hots?
Yeah, just cutting them into slices and uh, pickling them like how I would the pickled jalapeno rings. They don't cut nice rings like jalapeno does, and some of them end up just to where they're kind of little like strands, but it still works out. I mean, it works great. I've got a picture, I think, on here of the jar that I cracked into last night. Yeah, here's a picture which the color doesn't really show off all the different colors of peppers, but there's like yellows, oranges, chocolates, reds, whites, all kinds of stuff in there. And they're cut like that yellow one that's against the chocolate one. You can see how it's cut, and they're just cut. And I left the placenta and seeds and all. I just took whole pods and just was slicing them into slices and packed the jar full as much as I could cram in there.
Those look really good. I'd be putting those on like sandwiches, like if you got like a sub or something.
Oh yeah, it's killer on like sandwiches, subs, pizzas, hot dogs, burritos. Like, here's one of the burritos, and you can see like how much I loaded those things on there, and I used like a little of like all the different colors that I could grab out. I probably put like at least 2 pods per burrito worth of peppers.
Yeah, the fixer was saying that he ate some habaneros from the grocery store and they tasted like a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This time of year also is not a great time to get habaneros from the store because most of the time they're coming from like Mexico or somewhere like that. Well, I guess
yeah,
there's
mine
other
are
Yeah.
like I think they
a
charge
lot of
like
times green and like ship them because he's up in like the Chicago area, so that's not anywhere close to where they would be grown this time of year. And they pick them a little bit like underripe and then ship them so that they can like last longer in the stores.
yeah, like I think they charge about $5 a pound at a couple stores by me, but you might not even be able to find a pound of like decent ones that you would want to buy. Like a lot of them are like half rotten
Mm-hmm.
or like really squishy, like you wouldn't even want to eat it.
Mm.
So you got to pick through the whole container to try to find some decent ones. I got some crazy little lizards guarding my plants. This one got like a orange head. Got a bunch
That's
of
pretty cool looking.
yeah. There's a whole bunch of crazy ones, and I got like this like green. This cool like little green guy. He was little green lizard. He was watching my plants too. They just chill. I don't even bother them. They just tons of different lizards everywhere. Oh, Brando said he just got a few Manzano peppers. Well, I still never tried one fresh before. I'm gonna have to check back at some of the local grocery stores. Like one of the grocery stores by me, it's a Latin grocery store and a Caribbean one, and sometimes they have like different ají peppers there. But most of the time they're never ripened. They're all green.
Yep, all green.
All green. Cheers. Rocky said he got a couple chocolate habanero plants growing very nicely. Yeah, those are awesome, man. I grew them last year, and I couldn't keep them. I couldn't save enough to do anything because as soon as I would get a few pods, I would just eat them. Like cut
Yeah,
them
I
up.
really like chocolate habaneros too. I'm growing 3 plants of those this year.
Yeah,
I
I'd
got
cut them up, put them in salads. They got like a smoky taste to it.
I got 3 red, 3 lemon, which the red ones are the SoCal Magmas, but I consider those a habanero variety. I have 3 of those, 3 orange habaneros, 3 chocolate habaneros, and 3 lemon habaneros. So 12 habanero plants should be able to be more than I can eat fresh.
Yeah, just 12 habanero plants. Maybe 13.
I really like habaneros, and they make great hot sauces. But if you use a lot of pods, you can get a pretty hot sauce, but not like
It's rule for clove
not
is
hot. Plus, I got to make more of that smoked habanero powder this year.
oh, the fixer got a couple growing too. Yeah, I love different habanero varieties. They're very manageable with heat, but sometimes you might get one or two that are like hotter than the rest.
Last year, all of my orange habaneros were like really hot, but we had a really hot, dry summer. So they were like hotter than your average orange habaneros.
Let me see. I think I got some pictures on my phone. Yeah, here we go. Here's one cool looking one from last year. Chocolate habanero. That's good one. I had like a longer pheno. I saved the seeds from. I gotta find them.
I believe
Here,
the
oh, yeah,
chocolate that I'm growing are from pods I got from Scott Tippett.
this one's really pretty shiny. That chocolate habanero, that one's pretty shiny. Yeah, those are awesome. I got a Caribbean red out there right now. Like it's always cool. Like whenever like you're just looking at the plant, then like underneath the canopy, like there's like one or two pods that you didn't even know were there. There was 2 Caribbean reds out there when I was there Thursday, so I'll check back tomorrow and see how they're doing. Hey, what's up in the Everyday Canadian?
What's up, Scott?
What's up, Scott? He said he started some chocolates this year too.
And what's up, Doug, mate?
What up, Doug? What are you bringing out? Your guys' peppers? You said this week coming up. I think they said that spring is what's officially supposed to start here in a few days.
On Wednesday.
I
Yep.
hope.
Yeah, it is Wednesday is when spring begins.
Don't mean it's going to turn spring.
No. But it does it does look pretty promising in our extended forecast last time I looked.
I
I'm
hope.
about to look again. I've looked in. You guys usually get the same kind of weather that I get just about a day later.
I know it's been being cold in the mornings.
Yeah, it's going to kind of stay like that until, which I mean, it may change when it gets closer, but it looks like, yeah, next Saturday is like the last day that there's, or or this upcoming Friday is the last day it's going to be in the 30s at night. And then after that, it's all like upper 40s, low 50s for at night, and that's fine. I mean, when it gets to that point, I'll move them out, and I'm not worried about it because the highs are all going to be like 68, 71, 68, 68, 71, 69, 66, 67. Like in that temperature range is perfect to introduce them to the outdoors.
Good. We've run out of room.
That's awesome. So I could possibly, yeah, a week from today, I could possibly have my plants outside. That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I won't plant them though. I will play it smart, and I will not plant until at least the middle of next month, or I guess like whenever. I'm not sure when Easter is this year. I think it is more towards the middle of the month, like so probably right after Easter is when I'll plant stuff, as long as the extended forecast looks favorable.
I know them bees have been out in force.
You said the bees are all up there?
Yeah, the bees are out every day.
I saw a ton of bees yesterday, or not yesterday, today, when I was out walking around. There was, I don't know what they were. They weren't honeybees, and if they were, it was like some very small variety, but they were like these little tiny, like kind of brown bees. I didn't get a close look at them, but they were all over the place on these flowers that were blooming on some type of weed that was growing.
That could have
It was
been
kind
solitary.
of like a ground cover.
Hey, what's
Could
up,
have been what?
Eric?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
How's it
Hey,
going,
Hey,
man?
Eric.
It could have been some kind of solitary bee.
But there was like hundreds of them, and they were all over everything. It was pretty cool.
Because about now's the time that the male solitary bees come out. They get a head start on the females and start pollinating like fruit trees and stuff.
Yeah. We got a lot of the fruit trees and different other trees that are blooming right now.
I know we lost one of our hives of bees. They didn't make it for the winter. All of our other hives are robbing out their honey stores. So we went on ahead and robbed out most of it. Instead of just letting the bees take it back. There ain't no point in letting the bees take it back when it's getting ready to warm up to the point where they won't need it.
Yeah.
May as well let them build up.
And you can feed them also, can't you?
Oh yeah. We put out the comb and they've been all over it after we got the honey out of it.
And I baited how many boxes?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I baited
four
boxes. Try to catch a swarm, and then I've got one more to bait. Yeah.
So you guys got one of the honey extruders then that spins around and?
No.
I wish we did.
No, I have to uncap it, and then I have to let it drain, and then I have to strain.
Have you seen those one hives where it's got like the built-in like tubes or whatever, and all the honey comes out right there? Now that's what you'd want to have, but there was like $500 or something ridiculous for them.
I don't know. I don't think I want one of those.
Those don't do too good around here.
Not from what
They're more suited for like Australia, where it's warm all year round, and so you have bees constantly making honey.
Okay.
Because whenever around here, you want them to have some of their honey for winter, and if you hit that flow, it's going to take all their honey.
Yeah, we'll sell them taco bees.
Taco bees.
They makes the spicy honey.
Yeah, I said the taco bees are always sleepy. So you still harvesting peppers off your indoor plants, Eric?
Yeah, I got a few right now. I could harvest like a cayenne that's ripe and a Tabasco pepper that's ripe.
Cool. Well, I remember, yeah, you had like the sweet peppers, right?
Yeah, I had a bunch of those little lunchbox type mini bell peppers. Good. Yeah, I like them. They're really sweet. My boy ate one just like an apple the other day right off of there. So, you know, if a 7-year-old's going to eat one like that, you know, they're pretty decent.
Oh, yeah.
So you said you got cayennes and what was the other one?
There was a Tabasco pepper.
Oh, cool.
Man, wish I had some peppers to harvest.
Are you growing the eBay Reaper this year, Larry?
No.
No.
Woo.
But I got primo isolated seed if anybody's interested.
You said primos?
Yeah, I isolated the seed for it.
Yeah, I gotta keep
I was gonna say I might eat that Tabasco pepper here in a little bit for you guys. I'm not the biggest on eating the hot peppers like that. You guys can watch me burn if you want.
Yeah, go.
Heck yeah.
I hate them things.
You do. I
don't like Tabasco taste.
I like that taste.
You ruined my honey.
Alberta peppers growing. He said chocolate bootless.
Look at Stingy.
I should go harvest that real quick. Beth, you want to harvest that little Tabasco pepper?
Tabasco.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
There's
Hey.
Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Them things.
Hey.
Hello.
She said she'd be on here in a little bit, but she's doing stuff with the kids and trying to get everybody ready for bed and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I finally got mine in there.
Yeah. I got a few that's still lingering around that don't want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm holding on to that premium seed wheel.
Oh, the wheel on there.
Yep.
Ooh, that's kind of hot.
Well, that one right there's probably one of the cayenne
Oh,
peppers.
that's it's kind of
Wait, where'd you get this one at?
the back.
One of the cayenne, one of the. I'll have to check and see what she got. But I think this one's a
Oh, that's a
cayenne.
cayenne. I get Tabasco's are smaller.
Yeah, but this one's a little dry, starting to dry out a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen those cayennes dry out on the plant.
Yeah, they're really dry. And that's a great way to save seeds from them. Just let the whole pod dry and then crack it up and get the seeds out.
I noticed when I tried that with my ghost peppers, so they started wanting to rot and
Yeah.
moldy and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the super hots and I mean even habaneros and even some of the milder varieties, depending on the thickness of the walls and stuff, like some of them don't dry out well. But I think the super hots and stuff, even the thinner walled ones will usually rot before they just dry out if you don't like cut them in half. And I think that's because they're so oily. It doesn't quite dry out in there.
Did you find it? You want to eat it with me? You found. How many did you find? Now these are the little Tabasco peppers that are hot.
He wants to eat one with you.
Oh, you left it to red.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I guess my son says he wants to eat one with me. These are pretty hot.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Tell him what your name is.
Alex.
His name's Alex. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey,
So you ready to eat these? These are pretty hot. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Chew it up.
Is it hot, Alex?
Lot of seeds.
You right?
Wait, thank.
Is it spicy?
Is it spicy, bud?
Ah.
Yeah.
get you some milk. That'll just make it worse.
Yeah. Mama, you want to get him some milk? It's pretty hot. Woo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Woo.
I ain't even started any Tabascos yet.
Nope.
I'm gonna have a whole field of them growing this year.
Nope. No
No.
whole field. Nope. I'm not fooling with a bunch of those. I don't like them. They taste horrid.
It's pretty warm.
Why Eric? That's Eric. If he thought it tasted bad, he just ate one.
I don't like the taste of tobacco.
It was okay. Oh, give me hiccups. It's pretty hot.
How was the taste of it? Did it have like I'm trying to think like the taste of a fresh Tabasco. I don't even think that I've ever even I don't know if I've ate like a fresh Tabasco.
Well, I can explain
I've
it.
only had them like when they were like
Oh
I only
my!
had them when they were pickled before.
It went to instant heat, really. Whew. Gave me the hiccups.
Later, happy
Rob,
pepper.
sure. Tabascos too. I'm definitely going to grow several plants of them again this year. I
Yeah.
usually
Good. You know what little I got before it started burning.
most of the ones that I grow, I take at that like greenish yellow stage, and I pickle them.
Whew.
You ought to eat it when it's green if you're going to eat them fresh.
Yeah, a little better.
What's the taste difference between whenever they're green versus red with the Tabasco?
There's not a whole lot of a taste difference, but it's more of a texture difference.
Whenever they're red like that, they're full of oil. And I got that stuff all over my hands and my face, just biting into one of them. That was right.
Yeah, I got all the oil right on my mouth right now.
Hey, later, Brando.
Brando's thinking, what a wimp. He just got burnt by a Tabasco pepper.
Later, Brando.
Later, Brando. His over is like wimp.
Oh, later the fixture.
Later, Fixter.
Later, Fixter.
And Happy Pepper's leaving too. Later, Happy.
Later, Happy.
Not happy.
Man, them hiccups disappeared quick.
Yeah.
Them dang things.
It's cooling down now. It was hot there for a while. It's cooling down. Gave you guys a little entertainment for a little bit.
Yeah. That's cool though. Was that plant like loaded up with a bunch of Tabascos?
Just a few. This pile I only had just maybe 10 or 20 on there for that.
Yeah, I have a Thai pepper plant outside. I'm not sure which variety it is of Thai pepper, but that thing's pretty loaded up. There was like 30 pods on it. Like 2 of them ripened up over the weekend.
Nice.
That's just like one of the branches that was coming out of the edge of the bucket. And then there's like another like 15 pods on the other side. And then like another like 10 on the top. I bit one of them when it was green. It had a little bit of heat towards I guess towards like where the stem of the pepper would be, like where the calyx is. Or I'm gonna try them tomorrow whenever some of the red ones.
See, I'm not used to eating the right peppers like I just ate right there. Usually I eat them in something most of the time instead of just eating the pod. I don't
yeah, Rob was saying he was pickling all his last year.
Yeah, the Tabascos, I pickle them in that green stage. Like, you know how they're kind of it's like a yellowish green color when they're like first growing. And I let them get to like the full size, but before they start to turn any color, I just pick them all and pull all the stems off and pickle them. They're really good that way. And then you can put them on sandwiches or whatever. Honestly, just like snacking on them out of the jar. Like I'll just grab a fork and go in there and grab like a couple forkfuls of them and just eat them. Or they're good on like cheese and crackers and stuff.
I thought it tasted pretty decent. Really, what flavor I got from it. But he's all right. You all right now, bud?
How did he like the taste? Like, do you like eating hot peppers?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Are you gonna be trying a lot of the new peppers this year?
The Chinese place with the shrimp today.
Yeah. Last year you're gonna try a bunch of hot peppers this year? Yeah.
Cool.
He could handle, if he could eat a Tabasco like that, he could probably handle like those Chupatino whites and ahi lemon and stuff like that. Those are some good peppers that actually have like a really nice flavor to them, as well as like a decent little punch of heat, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, my wife was saying today when they went out to eat Chinese that he had got hot sauce for the dip his shrimp in. He usually likes his Texas pizza. What he likes is his favorite. You know, that's more kid friendly, really. If you want to get kids involved in eating hot sauce, Texas pizza's a good way. That's really what I got eating hot sauce was from Texas Pete when I started working at Hardee's as a kid. When I was a teenager, they served fried chicken. and that's all they had was Texas Pete sauce. I don't know if you guys remember Hardee's serving fried chicken or not.
Oh, I do.
And it was killer, and I always, cover it with that Texas Pete sauce, man, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Back then you'd bring home buckets of chicken at the end of the night because I'd always close. Heck, you might bring 4 or 5 buckets of chicken home every night with you and get the munchies and start eating it.
No, it sucks. None of Alberta's Tabasco seeds germinated.
Has it been at least 5 minutes yet, you think? I can have me a drink just to try to get this seed out of my mouth.
Oh, you didn't have to wait for a 5-minute afterburn.
I know, but I just waiting. The heat had already done subsided by then,
Maybe I did go a bit overboard with that food coloring because I just topped it off again and it's still green.
I thought you was drinking green beer.
You what?
Or I thought you was drinking green beer.
BD is. This is a mixed drink.
Yeah, I have a.
Yeah.
Some of this. This is the city water. Just drinking some city water.
City sludge water.
Yeah.
Not me.
It's the same water that the Ninja Turtles usually drink.
This is actually Ninja Turtle blood.
Ninja Turtle blood. Oh, I'm sorry.
You gotta watch drinking that.
How come?
Dangerous. My oldest daughter got that H. pylori from the city water, and my grandmother. Heliobacter, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Pedro? Hey, Pedro, were you still trying to grow some plants in those fabric containers this year? I remember you were mentioning something about them. So JDS.
JDS?
Yeah, I know he's here. I know.
What's up, JDS? Bounty said he's had so much tonight that he's got 2, or he sees. I don't know if he sees or he's got 2 of everything. He says he has 2 of everything right now.
He started drinking early today. I mean, I think I started watching him at 2 o'clock or something. He was drinking some beer.
Yeah, it was early whenever I was in there. It was before 2 o'clock. Well, yeah, you're on a different time from me. That makes sense. Yeah, it might have been 1 o'clock or something when I hopped in there. And then I ended up leaving because I went out metal detecting. And then I came back and he was still on there.
Yeah, he's a trooper.
Hey, Pedro, I checked my invite folder on Hangouts. I don't see anything on there. I'll just send you a message on there.
I know. I can't wait to see and taste the pods off of this. That Kamari a long ago. Because they have it rated as having the same heat level as a Tabasco. And it's got the same pod shape as a Tabasco. But it's not even in the same family. It's in a different family of peppers. It's got hairs all over it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird looking.
Is it in the same family as the Kumar Dupara and I'm trying to think what other ones in the same one.
I know it's in that. It's in the family that I have a hard time pronouncing.
The Cherapita?
It's in the C. Praetermism variety.
Later, Doug. Oh, okay. You said like the stems have like little hairs on it?
Yeah, the leaves have hairs on them.
That's cool. I have I think, I don't know which plant it was out there. It was a, I don't know if it was a Korean gochu or one of the ahi varieties I got. It has like the little hairs on the stems too.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what it tastes like. It's got those purple flowers.
Where is it? That's a purple flower, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, it don't have a white flower.
So would that be considered like a wild variety then?
It's a semi-wild. My assumption is they did stuff to it to stretch out the pod like a Tabasco.
Maybe they just, I don't know, like selective breeded it. Like if they find a pod that's a little bit longer, they'll grow that one. Then the next generation, if there's one a little bit longer, they'll save seeds and then grow that one. Then just keep it going and keep it going. I don't know.
I don't know. They could have selective bred it. They could have just found it. They could have crossed it. There's so many avenues.
That's cool though. Did it grow pretty fast?
Yeah, the one I planted in the can is already sprouted.
What did the seeds look like? Were they black seeds or were they like almost like a tomato looking seed?
They look like pepper seeds, but they're a little red.
Oh, dang.
They got a reddish tinge to them. But they look like normal pepper seeds. But yeah, the one I planted in the can, it done sprouted, and that was, I think, 4 or 5 days ago. There's Goham.
What's up, Goham?
What up, go ahead.
Yeah, it's the only semi-wild we've had luck with sprouting. We tried teepins and some other wilds, and they didn't sprout.
How big are the pods? Are they like the size of like a I'm trying to think, like something pretty small, like a Cherapita?
They look like a Tabasco.
Oh, okay.
That's what they look like.
Hopefully the birds don't like them a lot. They start pecking all of them. Oh yeah, earlier in the chat, I remember Rocky was saying that you guys should do something with Rob's smoked habanero pepper powder with the honey.
That would be interesting.
Put pepper powder in the honey.
Yeah, the smoked habanero pepper powder and the honey.
That'd be hard to strain out.
I usually use dried peppers Now you could smoke them and just dry them and not make powder out of them. That would work probably.
You could just smoke them and put them in there not dry.
I dry them.
They have to be dried to put in there?
I like to dry them.
Yeah.
I prefer to because of moisture content.
Okay.
Don't want to have anything that may ruin the honey. Even though honey, it'll last for, I don't know, forever the way they talk. Yeah. But the moisture content may cause problems. So I just dry them. But he's actually, you're working on a smoker, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll start smoking some this year.
Oh, cool. So you're welding you're making the smoker homemade, like from scratch? That's awesome. Definitely take some pictures of it.
Larry, that's what you're going to school for, is welding?
Now, yeah.
Yeah. Why? What was you going for?
I was in mechanical engineering, and I got my associates in that last year.
All right, nice.
So now I'm getting an associates in welding fabrication.
That's awesome, man.
That's
nice. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, I just looked up that picture of that pepper you were talking about, Larry. It does look like a little Tabasco.
Yeah, it looks like a red Tabasco. I'm just wondering if it tastes like a Tabasco.
I don't know.
Because you don't like Tabasco.
I've never liked Tabasco sauce or anything. And I do not like it in honey.
Hey, Pedro, I just got your message. It worked.
Hangouts has been acting weird for me recently. Like, I've had like a couple people be like, oh, I've been like trying to message you on there for a while, or like I sent you a message a while back, and it won't show any messages, but then I'll like go and click into different people's like chats, and as soon as I click into a chat, then it'll like pop up with messages, but they'll be like from days before. But it doesn't like notify me about it. It just like it doesn't even show up until like later.
Yeah, I don't get no notifications or anything. Like, since there's only like 2 weeks left of Google Plus. I keep getting like horrible. It won't even like load anything. It takes like 5 minutes to pull up the PLC's new post. Did anybody like download their account stuff yet? Like, I don't know if anyone did in the chat or if you guys did on the panel. Like you can download like all your pictures, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't bother with that. I went through on my laptop one day and I just downloaded certain pictures because I mean I catch so many fish, which that's my older Google Plus posts used to all just be fishing stuff. And most of the stuff from the PLC, I already have all those pepper pics like backed up elsewhere. But I went through and got some of my like older fishing pics that were from older phones and stuff that were long gone. I download all that stuff on my computer, just select photos. But I mean, it would be cool to be able to save all the posts and especially a lot of the stories and stuff that I've written on there because I kind of treated it like a blog at one point, and then I kind of got lazier over the past year or two. I can't say I got lazier. I got busier and just had less time to sit and do that. So I kind of slacked off on the writing. But I used to write some really cool stories to go along with the photos, like explaining my trip and stuff. I just wish I could save all that stuff. That's what I'm most disappointed that I'm going to lose.
Litter Alberta Pepper.
I think you can
Alex, have a
put
good
it
one.
on MeWe, can't you? Don't they have a plug-in for that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought someone was saying like you can like upload your Google Plus profile to MeWe. I'm not sure like how you'd even do
I
it.
saw that, and they were saying that like wasn't completed yet or whatever. I don't know. I need to look into that and see if that like because the point at which whenever I heard somebody talking about it, they were saying it was going to be something that was going to be available shortly, but it wasn't available at the time. That would be really cool if I could just like transfer all of my Google Plus stuff over to MeWe. That would be awesome. Because I got like 4.5 years or 5 years or 6 years. I don't even know how many years. I guess it's at least like 4.5 years or more, maybe 5 years worth of stuff from Google Plus. When was it that I started? I started in like 2013 or 2014. So it's a long time.
What up, JDS?
What's up, JDS?
What's going on, JDS?
Rob got that Ninja Turtle blood.
Yeah, the greenness.
I need to go get some more city water.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more ice cubes for this one. The ice is all melted.
Yeah, there's that Amari. It sprouted in the can.
That's pretty cool.
That's interesting. You left the top on. You didn't cut it out. You just kind of tore a hole.
I don't know how they were cutting the inside out and leaving the rim, because I tried that and it just cut the whole top off, and it was an accident waiting to happen.
Did you try it with a can opener?
The only can opener that we have cuts from the side.
Which one?
The manual.
Yeah, I think people were using can openers for it and stuff. I still haven't experimented with that. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, but I haven't
I like
started
the look
those
of
yet.
his doing it like that, though. Didn't you?
Yeah, it is interesting.
Well, I mean, I just
It might
center it.
well, I don't know. I doubt the stem's going to get that big on it in that can. I was going to say it might like constrict the stem at some point, but I guess you could always cut open the hole a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't start
The
the
one
pepper in a can challenge.
it would probably hold in moisture better having more of the top sealed off like that, because it's not going to be able to evaporate out of there as easily.
Hey, what's up, Allie?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it grows in a can.
What's up, Allie?
Yeah, I haven't started
Oh.
the pepper in a can challenges yet. I don't think I'm even probably going to do them. I'm not sure.
I like that you guys put a singular hole in the dome of the bottom of the can. That's my plan for those two, because I've seen a lot of people where they're putting a bunch of holes around the rim and putting like 5 holes. I mean, yeah, it looks nice and professional, but those cans are going to dry out so fast in the heat of the summer that you really almost don't want any hole, but having a drain hole is more beneficial for times where it may rain a bunch or something. And my reasoning behind putting one hole in the dome of the underside of the can versus putting holes around the edge is that by putting it in the dome, that'll create a little reservoir, like where that like lower rim is, so it can hold a little bit of water in there that doesn't drain out. But if it gets up to like the top of that dome, then it'll just drain out. That'll definitely keep them from drying out as fast.
Yeah, I haven't even actually seen anybody how they were using it for the drainage on the pepper can challenge. Like I don't know. That's a good idea though, for that hole in the bottom of it.
But put a hole like, you know how in the underside of the can there's like the dome area? Like yeah, like put the hole in the middle of that so that like the bottom part of the can can still hold water, but just only a certain amount before it drains out through that hole. I'm not in any rush to start those because it goes until, what is it, like November? So it goes until like the entire end of the season, and
yeah, it's just a picture that people vote on. It's not like any pod count or anything like that.
But I figured that they'll look nicer towards the end of the season the later I start them, rather than starting them early and having them just get already not looking the best before they ever get outside. I'd rather them grow as short and stocky as possible, get that full sun.
Yeah, the one that Larry started in the can, in the description of the pepper, it says that plant would be perfect for bonsai size plants, and they would still produce tons of pods. So that'd be cool to have that one in there.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to do mostly just some ornamentals in there.
We got two Erics on the panel. What's up, Eric?
What's up, Erics?
Yeah, I might start one of those this week. I'm not even sure what the rules are or anything for that.
It's just got to be a can that holds 12 fluid ounces or less.
Oh, there's three Erics.
Is there still a bunch of me?
There's only another Eric. I didn't know that other Eric. I didn't know the other Eric to the left. I knew the one on the right.
Yeah. Why's it doing that? It totally just like went crazy. It said Google Hangouts shut down or something.
I've had it do that before and like kick me off of a call like completely.
The other one just dropped off.
I think you offended him.
Yeah. That's crazy. It like said something about the Google Hangouts crashed or something on there real quick. Then I just clicked back in it. Then there was two of me.
And three.
Yeah, I might do a Tabasco in a can too.
Someone should do like a bell pepper in one of them and see if you could actually get a pod in there.
I don't know.
Or do like what was that one you got? You got the Big Bertha. grow
Yellow Monster, the one that look like they're like this big and like that.
Yeah.
I was hoping the little peppers would actually have pods on them, because they'd be small enough. They'd have enough energy despite being in a little container.
Yeah.
I figure your ornamental peppers probably be the ideal for the cans. Probably look the best.
Yeah, I've got a handful of different ones that I'm gonna do in the cans. I probably will do maybe 6. Yeah, I guess I'll do 6 of them, maybe more. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll do at least 6 different varieties in cans, but they're all gonna be ornamentals, and I've got kind of the varieties already picked out of the ones that I'm gonna do for that. And I think that they'll not only do well and produce, but they'll just be gorgeous in a can.
You got any cans in mind that you're picking out?
I don't have any cans at all right now, and I don't drink sodas, so I don't really get very many cans or anything. I mean, I have to go. I was thinking about maybe at one of the stores where they have like the pick your own 6-pack or something, going and getting like a 6-pack of beer and getting like a different can for each one or something.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
But
Walk down.
Most those pick your own 6-pack ones are bottles and not cans, though. And at the gas stations around here, most of the ones that they sell singles of are 16-ounce cans. Like, you can't just get like 12-ounce cans most places.
You probably walk down a country road and be surprised like you'd find cans that people's tossed out the window as they've been drinking.
Yeah. I mean, if I have to, I'll just buy like some soda, but I'll probably end up getting
I wouldn't want to use no can on the side of the road. It's like, dang, man, my plant's growing messed up.
You wash it out and stuff. It should be fine.
Y'all remember this guy?
Yeah, how's it doing? How's the crappy plants doing?
He's putting out new growth.
I was gonna say, it looks like it's kind of filled out a little bit more.
It's weird and deformed, but it's new growth. So,
Like, what is the roots looking like? Do you see any new growth with the root structure?
his roots ain't that big.
Still stained. Hey.
But he's putting out some new leaves and some branches. He put out a new branch right there. That's all new. It's all deformed, but it's new growth. They weren't doing nothing. He's in Rockwool, so he just leans around like crazy.
Yo, what's up, Bear?
Bear?
What's up, Bear?
Hey, Bear. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, most of them are putting out new growth now. So I'm hoping they'll get straightened out by the time it's time to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I can put them out in the dirt and hopefully they'll take off.
Yeah, I wonder if have you ever tried to trim some of the larger leaves off or anything? Or
I've tried trimming them and then they just wouldn't. They wouldn't grow because I trimmed them and then they wouldn't grow for a month. They're just now starting to grow again.
yeah, it has to be something. Did you ever take a look at those pH meters? The 2 links I sent you?
I looked at them.
Yeah, because you said you're using the reverse osmosis water. I'm not sure what the pH of that is when you buy it from the store.
I know now.
My experience with Master Blend is like it didn't really drop my water pH at all. Like when my water out of the faucet's like 8, and after I used some of that Master Blend, it only went down to like 7.4. So it really didn't drop it at all.
I know now. I've been.
Whenever the pH is too high, when you're using hydroponics or cracky setups, the plant will not absorb any nutrients because the water is alkaline.
All these have been getting. Now I've been giving them fish water.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe that's why it's already starting to produce some new growth
And
with the.
I put something like Clonex in it a little bit just to put in anything that's missing that the fish they can't have, like copper and stuff like that, just to replace those nutrients that aren't in the fish tank. But that fish tank, it's got all kinds of cleaning bacteria in it. I'm wondering if they ain't maybe helping clean the plant out.
Yeah, just make sure whatever you do that water or that solution or the water doesn't get too hot in there, or becomes stagnant. Because if you're adding like fish water in it and it just sits in there and it gets hot without it circulating or anything, it could cause some problems.
The way that I've always done it is I don't add water. I just dump out the reservoir and start over again.
Oh, okay.
Because if I was keeping the old water in there, then I couldn't refresh the nutrients as much, because there would be the chance that I would give them too much.
An everyday Canadian was saying lots of nitrogen in fish water. It's great.
Well, that master blend has a lot of nitrogen. I was wondering if maybe it's something to do with the RO water on these particular plants. All the other pepper plants love the RO water. They drink it up like crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up and see what the pH is for that RO water. Pedro says fish tank water is his secret ingredient. So I'm not sure. Like, let me look that up and see. Because I'd be curious to see like if you corrected the water pH and then the plant just took off with growth. You know, if you brought it down to like 6, and then and it just started growing again.
I'm not sure if the pH is off on them, because you'd think if it was a pH issue, all the pepper plants would be affected.
Like, are all the pepper plants that are in your Kratky setups, are there none of them are growing anymore?
I'm in the bedroom fine.
No, the younger ones are doing just fine.
Yo, what's up, Holy Ghost Peppers?
What's up, Ghost Pepper?
All the younger plants are growing just fine with the RO water and the master blend. It's these older plants, and I think monkeying around with the master blend messed them up, where they wasn't taking in nutrients.
Yeah, it could have been too strong when they first started out, and then maybe they just got nutrient locked out, and now they're probably just starting to come back. Rev would always say that he would just hit them with full strength as soon as they're big enough to put into a setup like that. He hit them with full strength, but I'm not sure if that would stunt their growth. If they're too small, I have no idea.
I know all the little peppers, the ones that we gave some master blend to, we gave it to them full strength, and they were fine with it. But I think we gave those peppers too much master blend when we were first mixing it up.
Did you have you ever tried to use a little bit of hydrogen peroxide? You should check out Matt I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Matt Garver. He does a lot of awesome stuff on YouTube. He's from the PLC also, with like Kratky setups and hydroponics. I think he mentioned in one of his videos that he used hydrogen peroxide also to do something with the roots. And I know, I think Peter Stanley has used a little bit of hydrogen peroxide. But your roots don't look like they're rotten, though. They don't look like they have root rot or nothing.
Yeah, they feel fine. They're not slimy or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because all hydrogen peroxide is, it's just it's just an extra oxygen molecule added.
The great thing about the RO water is that it's supposed to have no salt content in it.
There's no minerals, or there's nothing in it. It's just like distilled water.
So you're starting on a blank slate, so you know what you're putting into it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never did anything like that before with the RO water or anything. You'd have to like talk to Rev, or I forgot who else uses that in the community. Somebody mentioned they used it before.
Rob Z.
Yeah.
Rob Z uses it. I've never seen Rob Z use any crack tea setups or anything though.
I don't know if he does them for peppers, but he does them for other crops. From the sound of it, he's got a real big setup. I can go grab one.
I'm not sure. Let me look and see what the average pH for RO water is. Have you ever used any type of setups like that before, Eric?
I've never used none. I mainly strictly growing the ground, you know. So I'm not too familiar with it.
I've started seeds in like little hydroponic setups and stuff, and they take off pretty quick. And then as soon as they get big enough to remove out of there, then I transplant them in the soil. That's been kind of quicker for me this year. I still have some started in soil. Like I got a tray. I don't know if you can't really see it. Well, let me move the camera down. Right behind me, I got one of those 72 cell trays with a bunch of different seeds started in it. I'm just waiting for them to pop.
I just started all those seeds that I won from you guys, Spring.
Oh.
Your guys' giveaway. There was like 20 varieties there.
Oh yeah, tons of varieties.
We're behind. We still got some we gotta start.
Yep.
What's that plant right there?
That's a purple raper. It gets RO water. It's in Cracky.
That thing's looking nice.
Yeah.
And this monster.
Yeah, pretty tall.
He gets RO water too, and he looks just fine. He's massive.
Keeps getting taller and taller.
That's weird. It seems like all the other ones are doing great except for that one, right?
Yeah, those 6 plants they locked up.
Oh yeah, those are looking good. Those are like straight up white, healthy roots.
Yeah, the Reaper, it's going to need a new reservoir.
Holy Ghost Pepper said, "Where'd Rob go to? Is it too early for dehydrator life?" Yeah.
I actually got around to repotting some of my hot pepper plants too, like this one right here. They was in these little bitty styrofoam coffee cups. So I finally repotted like I think maybe 10 of them up. That was this size up to these bigger 32-ounce double cup here. Let's see how they do.
Yeah,
that's why I got another 6 to 8 weeks before I can take mine out still.
Oh yeah, is that a 32-ounce cup?
Yeah, and this works out pretty good with the styrofoam from the gas station drink. Then you use a plastic McDonald's cup, and you got like a bunch of room still, just the way it fits in there. See, all that's all
Oh yeah.
It was all room.
I know these habaneros and Scotch bonnets got too big. I don't know why they got so big.
Can you hold it up again? I couldn't. My computer was freezing up. What is that? A Scotch bonnet? You said?
This is a red habanero.
Oh, nice, nice.
It's massive. It's too big. You can see where it was getting too close to the light.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it, oh, there's the baby.
There's baby boy.
Hello.
Hold my hair. Hi.
He's so beautiful. Look at him.
You got people talking to you.
He doing better?
Yes, much better.
Awesome.
He's been so happy today, and
Yeah.
you see Daddy in the background. He's gonna watch him.
He's precious.
I'm gonna stare at Daddy, huh? What'd you see back?
No, you're doing good.
How old is he?
He'll be 4 months, the 5th.
Ah. He's just chilling.
He is. I
He
said
said,
I was
this is my live stream.
no neck.
He said, this is my channel.
Yeah. Say, hey guys. I like attention. I get lots of it.
Oh, Rob's back. Hello, Rob. Hello, hello. Hello.
Yeah, I
my friend.
had to grab something off the porch and
Oh,
turn
cool.
on some lights and stuff for my mom. And I had to refresh my green drink. Gotta get more of that ninja turtle blood in me.
Oh yeah, yeah, the Ninja Turtle juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Larry was just showing like the different plants he had. They were all looking good except for that one. He said it just now started growing again.
Look, it looks like a little palm tree. Isn't that cute?
That's cool.
Looks like a little palm tree or something.
Never moved it out of the pill bottle yet.
Not yet. We don't have room for another cup, I don't think.
No. It's stuck in the pill bottle for now.
Now, what is that? Scarlet Rose?
Yeah, that's a scarlet rose.
Yeah, I thought.
That's pretty cool though, seeing that in that little pill bottle growing that good.
Yeah, I'm glad it's still alive. Needs to be moved into a cup.
Your guys' plants look good. I saw them on Facebook where you guys had took those pictures today.
Yeah, I tried to take some, but that phone don't take the best of pictures. But I tried to take some. What's that?
This
That's on
is
it.
the plant that's going to flower. And I don't know. Let's see. See the flowers? I don't know why it's decided that it's going to flower now,
I don't know.
but it is. It's a Scotch bonnet crossed with Belle from Batman and Bear. Yeah, I don't know if they're still in the chat, but I wonder what generation this plant is. If it's an F1, well, not an F1. If it's an F2 or an F3.
Who's in the chat?
Which plant is it?
I seen Batman a while ago.
Did my camera go out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me refresh page.
Because That's who I got the seed from, so I figure they'll probably know what generation it is.
What's that plant that's in Cracky in there that came from Batman?
There's Bear. Hey, Bear, what generation is the Scotch Bonnet X Bell?
What up, Bear?
Any ideas what generation that was? It's either an F2 or higher.
Yeah, I went and grabbed a couple of my plants from back there. This is one of the Apocalypse Reapers.
Nice.
Good.
That's
Well,
pretty.
That's a nice compact plant right there.
Yeah, wait until you see how big it is on top, like for how compact it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice, super healthy green leaves.
Yeah,
That's how
good.
pretty much everything is over there. There's some that aren't quite as far along because they haven't been directly under the light. But for the most part, the ones that are all under the light are just growing super compact. This one is the Serpent's head from Age, and it's a really nice compact plant, and it's got some nice darker foliage coming in.
Is it got the burgundy look on it?
Yeah, it's got, the camera doesn't show as great, but it does have some purple leaves. But once I get it out in the actual sun, the leaves are going to get a lot darker. It's just under the fluorescent, they don't grow quite as purple. Once I put it outside, it'll become very purple. And I don't know if this is my furthest along one or not, but this is one of the King Star Lemon Starburst. And it again has a super nice structure. They're not growing leggy at all. None of it is. But this one's got a really nice canopy to it.
That looks good.
Yeah, and these are just little 8.5 ounce styrofoam cups, and I just do a single hole in the bottom of them. And that's the way I do all the plants when I start them. I do the 6 cell seed starting tray, put them into the cups, and I just keep them in these until it's time to plant. I bet that this one probably still isn't quite like anywhere close to being root bound. It's probably just now getting roots like on the sides. Last year I did some of them in some 8-ounce clear cups, which was kind of cool because you can see the roots grow out to the edges, and you can tell like when it's time to move them into something bigger. But I didn't like the way that the 8-ounce clear cups were shaped. I like the shape of these better, and they take up less space on the countertop. The 8-ounce clear cups were a little bit shorter and a little bit wider, so you couldn't fit as many of them in an area. Same reason I don't use the solo cups. If I had solo cups, I could have like half as many plants in the same area as I have all these. And even though like obviously the tops of the plants are like much larger than the cups, I still just have them all sitting on the counter like that. So like everything's all like kind of touching each other, but it doesn't matter.
Well, you've seen the size of the ones I just had that I just transplanted that was growing in the gut right there, how big they grew in those cups.
Yeah.
So,
and these are only going to have to stay in here for like another month, probably. Yeah. Yeah, probably about another month in these cups. And I mean, they'll be fine. If they do get a little bit root bound, that's not a big deal because I'll just go in and really break up the clod and loosen up the roots, tear some of the roots and stuff. They'll just send out new growth, and it isn't going to hurt the plants. That's what I do every year when I plant them. They usually grow around in the bottom, and those are the ones where sometimes you can go and you can loosen the bottom edge and you can straighten them out and get some longer roots out of there. But they also grow around the sides of it, and so I kind of just go and grab at it with my hands and just kind of tear apart the roots. You end up tearing some roots, but that just promotes new growth. It doesn't hurt them.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard, that you want to break them apart and it ain't going to hurt them.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rocky.
Yeah, those plants are all looking awesome, Rob. It's like a rainforest jungle canopy underneath that shop light, man.
Like, just like
I bet
edge to edge,
pretty soon
all the
you'll
wall.
start hearing noises coming from the little plants.
I'm
You're
surprised
like,
some of the lizards aren't in there chilling.
You got like a little civilization underneath the canopies going on.
It's kind of cool where I'm sitting at. I'm sitting just lower than the countertop, so I'm like looking up underneath the canopy. Like they've actually grown up enough now that I can see, like from this angle looking over there, I can see like the tops of all the cups, and then I can just see like this green canopy that's just like solidly the same height. There's a few plants that are a little bit taller than others, and some that are a little bit shorter than others. But luckily, I haven't had any problems since these ones have been getting like so big. I haven't had any that were smaller that have been, kind of shaded out at all. They all grew pretty evenly. I mean, these three plants are pretty much identical in growth and size, and that's how the other 148 are. With the exception of some of the later starts that are a little bit scragglier looking. But all these are in need of water, and in the next day or two, when I water stuff, maybe tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these nicer, healthier ones. I'm going to move them out into the like away from the light area where I've got the stuff that could use more light, and then I'm going to move the stuff that needs more light up underneath the light, because these can survive on the edge of the light fine. They don't have to be directly under the light anymore. They've got so much leaf space that they can get enough light from a distance, whereas the smaller ones that have smaller leaves would benefit from being put directly underneath it. And then in another week, I won't have to worry about it because I'll hopefully be able to move them all outside, and that's going to be freaking awesome. I'm looking forward to that day.
I got a few more weeks to wait for that.
Woo. Later, Batman.
Later, Batman.
Like this year, how are you going to be planting them, Rob? Like, are you going to do like the staggered thing? Or are you going to be planting them in a different pattern? Or
no, I think I'm going to plant them kind of. I kind of did staggered rows. Like I gave them spacing, but I also kind of staggered them last year in my back garden, and that worked out well for me. Same in my front garden. In my front garden, I'll probably maybe dig the garden out just a little bit further so that I can give them a little bit more space between each other when I stagger them the way that I did. But I'm going to go with like the same amount of plants per bed that I did last year. My front garden didn't do as good, but I'm going to get a bag of that black cow and work it into the soil in that front garden, and hopefully it'll kind of perk it up a little bit. I've been adding stuff to it over the winter too, and I took all the dead plants from that bed and burned them on there, and just mix in the ashes with the dirt and stuff. And I plan on probably burning a whole bunch more brush and taking the ashes and spreading them in the garden as well.
check this one out. I tried to take a picture of my phone's all cracked, but let me see if you can see it. It's not really showing up too good. I'll just make a post in the PLC. I'm trying to get it to where the light isn't too bright. I went outside the other day after it was raining and tried to take some pictures of some pods. Here's those habaneros I was telling on. So you can't even really see it. It just looks like white. I'll just make a post here in a little
tell me how
bit.
those taste.
Yeah, I never actually had one before, so that's why I was looking forward to maybe trying one, hopefully here within the next week or so. I'm not sure how long they take to ripen up.
That'd be cool, because I've wondered about those for a while.
There's some white ties out there too. Let me see. I got a picture. It's like all the pictures I'm showing, I wanted to make a post about it, but it's whatever. Let me see if there's anything else. It seems like it's taken forever for those the Sriracha factory jalapenos. I'm not sure how long like they've taken for you guys to ripen, but it's been like over a month. And there's about, I think, like 7 of them on the plant. And they haven't shown any signs of turning color yet or anything.
Show them that. Here's one of Innocent's lemon starburst.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
By the way, right there.
That's looking real good.
Whenever you turned it around the other way, like you could see how close the nodes are for the leaves and everything. Like, hold on, can you turn it the other way? Where like you could see inside of the canopy. Yeah, look how nice and close all those are.
Yeah, that's nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got 3 of them to come up.
Yeah, you don't see it like stretched like big gaps in between each one or anything like that. When did you start, or when did she start that one?
That was whenever we originally sowed the seeds, up in January.
Oh, dang. I got to go get me another one of them Ninja Turtle City Water drinks, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
This is growing in cracky.
Yeah.
Dang. See, those
fresh.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Blood.
Yeah, this is a,
This is Batman's.
Batman FL Pineapple Hob. That's what this is.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's in a sponge. This thing tries to kill out everybody. He wants the light all to himself.
When did you start seeds for those?
Should have been the same time we started the lemon starburst, so in the beginning of January.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
on video.
Yeah, we live streamed it.
Yeah, or live stream, yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys might have started planting seeds maybe a week or week and a half or so before me.
It was somewhere near you. I remember that.
Yeah. I planted the stuff that I planted like right around the 10th. Because it was like a couple days leading up to the 10th, because the 10th was my birthday, and I remember I finished the last of my planting on the 9th. So it was like, I guess the 8th and 9th or something that I planted seeds. And I didn't have anything sprouting until about the 20th, I think, is when I started seeing stuff sprouting. So it was about 10, 11 days before anything started to sprout. And some of the stuff didn't come in until later in January.
I know most of Cangstar's stuff sprouted.
Yeah, it's crazy. The plants that I have are under 2 months old.
I know it took a while for Kang stuff to develop a nice root system.
Yeah, a lot of the Kang ones I've noticed they start really slow at first, but then once they start to get leaves, they take off. And those were some of the fastest growing, largest leaved, most awesome looking plants that I had last year. A lot of his different varieties, because a lot of them are similar crosses, and back crosses and stuff, or just like both sides of the cross. And those were some of the fastest growing.
There's Holy Ghost.
Largest leaved. Awesome. In case anybody didn't hear me, I'm repeating myself on there.
I didn't get that, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, see me?
Yeah, we can see you
What's
now.
up?
What's going on, Kenny?
What's up, Kenny?
What's up, homies? Blumberg, hey, dehydrator lifetime ain't here yet.
No, it's close. Actually, I'm gonna have to use the dehydrator here soon. I was thinking about doing it today, but I got busy doing some other stuff. So tomorrow I'm gonna do it because I've got a bunch of the dried pods from last season that have just been in Ziploc bags, and they aren't like crispy, crunchy anymore. They're still dry. They didn't get moist or anything. It's just from the humidity in the house has kind of made them lose their crispiness. So I'm gonna
Why you got dry pods, man?
Huh?
What
I
up?
said, why you got dry pods for?
Hey, he's ready for the reviews.
I told you, dude. Up there, man.
He's ready. When are you gonna do your next review?
I don't know anybody that'll send me fresh pods. I haven't had fresh pods in a long time.
I know that.
Well,
You will hear soon. Bob, you will hear soon because I can't eat all these myself.
BD, these come from Brian down there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I live right by there.
Couple little reapers.
Cool. Yeah, I wanted to maybe, if I'm ever by there, I was gonna maybe see if I could check everything out because the setup looks amazing.
Oh, dude, he's got everything down there, dude.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna try one? Maybe one right now. One of the milder ones.
You say one of the milder ones? The funny thing is that they're all super hot. But you got some of them like this, right? Because like the weather being funny down there, some of them ripen really small. But, I mean, I've got a hell of a variety here, dude.
Yeah, this is all dry pods for the lava dust. I have to like re-dehydrate all this, but there's like probably 2 pounds of dried pods right there.
That's just the beginning.
There's a good looking pod there.
Oh yeah.
Almost forgot I need to bring this up on my phone so I can keep track of the comment.
Rob doesn't sleep dried pods.
Oh, what?
You sleep on a mattress of dried pepper pods.
Hey, Kenny, does he label them for you, like so you know which one you're going to be reviewing, or?
You can get labeled boxes, but it costs a little bit more. But he wasn't doing labeled boxes right now. He did on a bunch of pods. I just realized Ralph Scholar said I was on the panel ready to slam some fresh pods.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna just join and just start going to town on.
That's all.
I'm actually on my stomach before I do, so I'm eating jalapeno Doritos.
I still never tried those yet. How are they?
There's no heat at all, dude. The flavor, I love the flavor.
Do they taste better than the ranch, the Cool Ranch?
To me,
No.
yeah.
Not to me. And the jalapeno flavor is disappointing on them. They don't really have like a legit jalapeno flavor, and like you said, they don't have any heat.
I tell you what had really good jalapeno flavor was some
Wait,
cheese.
What was that? Was that jar of mayo?
Oh.
No,
I thought you were literally just dipping those things in a jar of mayo for a minute. I was like, damn.
Nah, I don't want mayo like that.
He's hardcore.
I love mayo, but that's too much.
Hey, Larry, I just looked up reverse osmosis water pH, and it says that it's around 4 to 4.5. So your water might be way too acidic. I don't know. I just looked at a chart, and it says store-bought reverse osmosis water is 4 to 4.5. So it's very acidic.
I don't know. I know I refilled my tank with it.
Have you checked the pH of it?
If I had the pH,
We gotta get some.
they sell the strips if you want to pay like $20 some for a disposable strip.
You could just get the pH pen for like $6 or $7.
I'd rather get the pen than the strips.
Yeah, the pen will last forever. I've had one for like over a year, and it's been working great.
We'll do it at the end.
But no, that maybe because like I don't know, like I was just looking that up, and I wanted to tell you that I didn't even know that water was that low. But maybe when you add your nutrients, it bumps it up. So I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I'm not really familiar with it.
I know the fish.
We got to get Rev. We got to summon Rev on here and ask him. We got to get Rev on here and help us out.
Rev, where are you?
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Here's one of your cross.
That's the bootleg ghost.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's the only one we've got, but it's doing good.
I need one of those seedlings in the mail, please.
F3.
Can you mail me a seedling of those?
Of what?
It's the only one I got.
Mail me a seedling of that pepper.
No, and I'm not. It's cool that they're growing that one, but with the ones that I have shared with people of certain crosses of mine, I'm not letting those go out. And I mean, I have shared them with a couple people under the understanding that they're to keep them to themselves and not give away, sell, or trade pods or seeds.
No, yeah, I don't have it. I don't have it. I'm not growing it.
Actually, nobody's asked me for that one or anything. I don't know that I haven't really talked about that one much.
I was gonna ask you about it, but I never sent you the couple varieties that I was looking for. I always forget to send it to you.
Yeah, I've got I don't remember if I sent them. Did I send you the chocolate variant or the red variant?
I'm pretty certain
the
red variant.
Yeah. Because I have a chocolate and a red variant of that. In its F1 stage, it grew out red. Then when I grew it out last year from seeds from a red pod, which I only saved seeds from one pod, or not last year, the year before last, I saved seeds from one particular pod to grow for the next season, and I got a chocolate and a red variant out of it last year. So I'm growing out both of those this year. I think I have 2 plants of each. I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 plants of each.
Well, you know, the F2 stage is where everything gets mixed up and you can get all kinds of crazy results.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they say? The earlier stages?
Yeah.
They say that the F1 is nothing
Oh,
but
damn.
dog.
You got the Starburst plant too, ready to go.
Yeah. Pretty big leaves on it here.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what
my best looking one out of the King Stars. It needs a little water, so the leaves are a little saggy. But this is a Bahamian goat.
Cool. Have you ever tried Bahamian goat before?
No, I ain't tried a Bahamian goat or lemon starburst.
Oh man, yeah, them.
No, I've had lemon starburst powder, but I haven't actually had the peppers. Blumberg sent me some powder a while back, and I tried it. But
yeah, I remember you asked for some pods, but my plant was pretty much done at that point. And then when it got towards the later part of the season, they didn't produce as many, and I really love those peppers. So all of them that I got, pretty much I ate, except for a certain percentage of them that I had to put into one of my blends, that Kinksta's Paradise one.
Now this little guy here, I've trimmed it down. I trimmed it down a lot, but it's bushing back out.
Yeah. What is that?
That's all new and stuff. It's a ghost pepper. It's a contest one that I'm doing, and so I did my Arizona tea
Yeah, I love them
But
green.
it keeps trying to get pods on it too, and I keep plucking them off, but it's slowed down since I plucked a bunch of leaves off of it.
For that pepper in a can challenge, it's only 12-ounce cans.
No. It's on the page Twisted Chili.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that the pepper in a can challenge, the one that is on Facebook and on MeWe, is 10-ounce can only.
The same thing with the Jace Peach Ghost Scorpion. I trimmed a bunch of leaves off of it. That's pretty much all new growth on it.
Cool. When are you going to be bringing out your? How cold is it up by you right now?
I think today only hit like 50.
So you still got a while until you bring them outside?
Yeah, well, it was 70 the other day, and then I get 2 days where it was like 49 and 50, and then I think all this week the highest is going to be like 61.
What state are you located in, Kenny?
I'm in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, so you're south of me then by a couple hours.
Where you at?
I'm just south of Terre Haute, Indiana.
Oh, okay. It's not too awful far.
Yeah.
I know Blumberg gonna have to come up here and fish with me sometime. But no comment.
Yeah, sorry, I was typing something in the chat. I just was reading Rocky and Rob Schaller's comments talking about my underground.
They're planning a movie. They're about to make a pepper trading movie.
Check the mattress.
Kenny, what kind of fishing do you have up there? Like, what kind of stuff's by you? Do you have many streams or rivers, or is it mostly lakes? And if so, are they smaller lakes?
There's a pretty good mix of everything up here, dude. Really. I'll fish for anything. I bluegill fish, crappie, bass, catfish. I catfish more than anything, but get more meat off the catfish.
Yeah, I don't usually fish for food. I fish for sport most of the time. I do love keeping some catfish and frying them up throughout the year, as well as crappie. And I don't really eat bass. Smallmouth bass are pretty tasty, but I don't like largemouth. And I appreciate smallmouth too much in the streams around here to keep them. So I only ever keep them rope hooked or something.
Largemouth bass is kind of tricky. You almost got to mask the flavor of the fish itself.
See, that just means that they're shitty. I mean, to me, in my opinion, that just means they ain't no good, because they do have that like swampy, fishy, weird flavor and the meat's a little bit yellowish. Smallmouth have very, very white meat. They have a sweet taste to them, just awesome. You don't have to do anything.
I've never seen a yellow on a largemouth bass's meat up here.
Well, it's not necessarily yellow, but in comparison to a smallmouth, the meat on a smallmouth is much whiter.
I caught some catfish out of the power plant lake, and its meat was yellow.
Yeah,
catfish can be yellow, and especially on the larger fish. It tends to be like once they get over 5-6 pounds, the meat gets kind of yellow on catfish.
Well, and it depends. Like, I'll go to the pay lakes a lot too, and they put farm raised, and their meat's as white as can be. You catch them out of the river or water that's really muddy and stuff. A lot of the times the meat will have like a yellowish spot on it. Usually I'll just take and kind of cut. It's usually one spot, and I'll usually cut that part off. And then you take it off the skin. Sometimes you'll get like a little bit of the red on the spot where the skin was, and I'll usually cut that off a little bit too, because that affects the flavor also. But I mean, to me, like if you get flathead catfish is the best you can get. That's literally that's like the steak of the fish world around here.
Yeah, that
You ever
good.
caught a fish with a pepper before?
Those flatheads are awesome because they got a bunch of belly meat, whereas like channel cat and blue cat, they don't really have any belly meat. But those flatheads, like, especially if you get one about like the 7 to 10 pound range, they've got like a nice like slab of belly meat.
Well, and two, right above their eye sockets, there's a spot you can cut off too. I forget exactly what they call it, but like you cut that little spot off, and that meat on top of
the cheek meat or not. That might be considered cheek meat on those.
It's freaking tender as hell. I know that.
Yeah, on trout, they have like right behind their eye, they've got like a little medallion of meat, and it's not big enough to be worth getting out, except on like bigger fish, which I cooked like a 5.5 pound rainbow on my smoker and just left the head on. I ripped the gills and everything out of it, of course, but I left the head and tail on just to get all the meat I could off of it because it was a huge fish. And it had like these perfect little like medallions of cheek meat, and that was like filet mignon of the fish.
Yeah. Well, yeah, on the flatheads, it's actually like on top of their head above their eyes. But
well, that's because their head is real flattened. It still is probably the same like cheek meat as on other fish, but I know what you're talking about. You cut from like right high up, and it's kind of like a curved little piece in there.
But I know, like with a blue, I won't go probably over 12, 15 pounds on a blue. Head don't freaking still tender, still tastes good.
I generally 5 to 10 pounds is like good for flathead, channel cat, and blue cat. I don't like going over like 10 pounds for any of them. I have eaten some bigger flatheads that can be still pretty good, but the meat gets a little tougher the bigger that they are.
Yeah. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I'll be doing. Heads up, nobody else in the PLC knows. Obviously, y'all and whoever's watching right now. I've got a 13 million Scoville chocolate coming to me. Y'all, obviously, a few of y'all probably seen when I did the 9 million from blumloco.com.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on them to send me something for using my name.
His last name is Blum, so. But anyways, he did version 2.0. It's called Satan's Pleasure. It's 13 million Scoville. I've watched a couple people do it already, and I do have to say I'm a nervous wreck about it.
You say it's called Satan's Pleasure?
Oh,
yes.
What's it shaped like?
Huh?
What's it shaped like?
Like a chocolate bar. It ain't shaped like nothing pleasurable. It's pretty good. It's like
you have to like eat it within like a time limit?
3 or 4 inches wide.
Do you have to like eat it in a certain amount of time, or is it just you have to finish it?
Yeah, you got 10 minutes to eat it and a 5-minute afterburn. It's like 6x4 or 6x3, something like that. It's a pretty good sized candy bar or chocolate bar, whatever. But he used pure evil in it, so that's where you get the 13 million on it. Rocky said that sounds kind of sketchy. Yeah, I'm gonna probably feel a little sketchy after eating it too.
So when can we be expecting the video? Is it something soon maybe to look out for? Or?
Well, I'll have the bar in a couple of days, but that's why I've got these pods. I've got some smoked cheese too. I've got a Reaper and a Jigsaw cheese. I've also got a chocolate bootleg hot sauce that I'm going to be doing. But I'm going to give myself at least a week to try to kind of help get my tolerance back up. I know it's not a whole lot of time, but go hard or go home.
A box of pods. Those aren't going to last forever.
It'll last me at least a week. There's a lot of pods in it.
Get your tolerance up if you eat them all.
Yeah. Eat them all right now. Your tolerance will be up.
Y'all at least eat one pepper. If I had that box of peppers, I'd dive into it.
I ate a pepper. You can show me up. Mine was just a Tabasco pepper.
I don't like the flavor of Tabasco peppers, man.
Oh, you found somebody.
Finally, somebody that don't like them things. I
That
don't
doesn't
like
like what?
them. They taste horrible. He loves them.
I think they taste good.
They ruined my honey.
What is it?
Tabasco.
Oh, Tabasco. What you really got to try is
They
that
didn't
clear
ruin
hot
your
sauce. You got to try that clear hot sauce.
Didn't you guys throw some of those eBay Reapers in the honey too, though?
No.
Look at that baby.
No.
Oh, watch that one be the hot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, watch, I'm sitting there grabbing this little baby pepper out and watch it tear me up.
What variety is that? What variety is that? Was it orange?
They're not letting. They're not. Yeah, they're not. This sucker is hot too. Oh my god.
Was it orange?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's probably an ahi cherapita.
I don't think none of the ahis are labeled as super hots, are they?
Ahi cherapitas aren't super hots, but they got a pretty dang good kick to them.
Well,
I got a cherapita right here. I'll show you.
The whole they gave me the hiccups. I ain't had fresh pods in weeks.
Well, so I don't feel too bad because he's hiccuping too.
Oh, I hiccup every time. But the pod's just small because of the weather. He said a lot of them were ripening up early because, like, I've got other little ones here. Let me see. I dropped one.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've never had pods that small on a super hot before. I've seen a lot of pictures of.
I got a couple cherapitas right here. These are small though. I just picked them off the plant. They're very small, actually. These are, look how small they are.
Oh, dang.
These are little cherapitas. These are little firecrackers, man. These little guys right here.
Yeah,
they have like a strong citrusy taste to it.
Look at that there.
Eat that one.
Huh?
Eat that one.
I'll eat the little.
It's like a nibble, dude.
I'll eat the little cherapita. Look.
So was the other one.
Look. They do got a little woo. That'll wake you up right there.
Those cherapitas are delicious, though.
They are. They
I
are.
think because I'm eating chips with ranch dip, so I think my tongue's a little more tender right now. Yeah, Rob said I need presentation mode while I slam half the box. I need them with me, Rob.
Larry's writing the movie in the chat. He's like, he got somebody else that's gonna play me instead of myself.
Well, BD said he wanted a cameo.
I need a cameo in the movie if it's a
cameo. You're in like 2 scenes.
Beat a beat. He's back on the streets.
So when's this movie coming out? I'm excited to see it.
Like a story.
I
We
don't
need
know.
to, we need to make this movie happen. Even if it's very low, budget, we need to make this thing
Oh,
happen.
Rob Shaw.
Which one was that one, Kenny?
Whatever
When
the
they do
little
the
one was.
movie,
Watch one of like little ones be like a dragon's breath or something. He's like, uh-oh.
Oh no, but it's hot.
He's like, uh-oh.
Head in my teeth. That's got a little kick, not as much as the first one.
On to the next one.
Yeah, no, listen to you.
I think that movie's coming to a pepper, was it a pepper farm, or coming to a raised bed near you this summer.
see, when the theme song would be the Rocky song, but they'd be like, beat a beat. He's back on the streets, taking his time growing his peppers.
There we go. I like that. We could work with that.
Yeah.
Then you're in 2 scenes of the movie and you get killed off.
I tell you what, the first one was hotter. That sucker's creeping up on me, dude. How much is it?
Rob?
Rob, that's what I figured, Rob.
Is that heat building on that pod, Kenny?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That first one was hotter at first, and this one here's creeping up on me.
Just wait till
It'd be like a little mini super hot.
between Rob and Batman. But we have Batman dressed like Batman. And with the
My
Batman,
burp tasted like my burp just tasted like a cherry pita.
I know, I just burped and tasted odds too. That little sucker's getting my nose to run, dude. Oh, I'm good, Rocky, man. I'm good. He said, hang in there. Who's this? Pedro Longwood said, catching the Holy Ghost. That sucker built up pretty strong. That's surprised the little ones got that much heat to them.
That's like that little Tabasco is hotter than crap that I ate.
You must not eat super hots, do you?
I've never ate a super hot other than my ghost pepper.
No, yeah, and I say that lightly. Those are entry level super hot, but they've got a pretty little kick to them. You know, that's actually what a lot of my focus with my company, Holy Ghost Peppers, is going to be around. I'm trying to focus mostly on ghost peppers, but I've got like 250 different varieties. I'm not going to be able to grow them all, but I've got like 300 something seeds planted, and then I only had 17 plants survive out of like 40 when we moved, which kind of broke my heart. But I had a real bad gnat problem. I think it had to do with the Scott's potting soil that I bought or something. Because I started using it indoors and stuff when it started getting cold, and all of a sudden I had gnats everywhere. And I guess the larva was eating out like the roots or something, because the whole pots was swarming with them. And next thing you know, all my plants started dying.
What is it? Oh yeah, that one looks crazy.
Yeah, this is some of the Taj Mahal peppers.
Cool. That one's probably hot.
Huh?
That one's probably hot.
No, they're not extremely hot. I wouldn't classify them as a super hot. I diced 4 or 5 of them up one morning and put them in fried potatoes and stuff, man, and they was really good.
I think
This one I'm curious.
I think that one might have been a pink tiger crossed with a pimento puma or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy dog.
Here's another. This one here looks pretty wicked. But this one here is one of the coolest ones. And as you can see, like even the stem and everything turned orange on it. So that's pretty cool.
What is that?
I don't know exactly what it is, but like I said, I mean the stem and everything freaking turned orange on it.
Some type of bubble gum?
Probably. But like I said, I mean he sent me a whole buttload of different ones. Yeah, Rob, I know it was terrible. Killed off about 60 plants. You know, actually, I kind of think this one might be a baby reaper. That kind of has some characteristics of a reaper. Tell you what, I might have to go get me some tissue here in a minute. That sucker, the heat's calmed down, man, but my nose is still runny.
You ate a piece of
I'm trying to plug. The little ones will probably go bad first.
That one would be really hot.
What?
Huh?
The one I said looks like a baby reaper?
Sometimes the small pods are just as hot as big pods.
I'm telling you, that second one I ate made my damn nose run.
Okay.
Oh, those are like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, I was gonna say look like a couple of little rabbit turds.
Oh, goat droppings.
Well, at least the good thing about those little ones is they're in a bunch of seeds in there.
Oh yeah, no, I hate. That's what I normally do with the bigger pods. Like you seed them first. Like I mean, I grow everything I get usually, anyways. But Rocky, you're ate up. Whew. I know this one. I forget I've had this one before. I didn't get around to eating it because by the time I made it through the box, it had actually gotten a little soft. But this one here, I remember, it's a cross with a Primo.
Oh, it's not.
What is that one?
Little chocolate fudge.
Oh, dang. Wait, hold that one up. That one was crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like you know those Nestle little crunch bites that people like get in movie theaters. It has like little crunchy rice pieces in it. That's what that looks like a big cluster of them, like the little rice Nestle clusters.
Yeah, here's another bleeder. That's a little bitty one.
Oh, okay. That one big one looked kind of cool. It looked that one's probably really hot.
He sent me a hell of a variety of them, dude.
Nah, JD, it's not the Raisinets. What are those called? The little Nestle rice cluster, like crunchy things that you can get at the movie theater.
Nestle Crunch Bites.
Yeah, that's what that pod looked like. Like sometimes you'll get like a big cluster of them.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. It might
Well,
taste like one. I don't know. It might taste like the chocolate. I don't know.
It's like Hershey Kisses.
Yeah, Hershey Kisses. Whoa, that one looks crazy.
That's a mustard or an olive pod. I think it's an olive pod, the big olive mama. And then I've got this one here. This one is green. I think that's the mustard mama. I don't know. I might have them backwards.
Yeah.
I've got a few of the green ones in here.
So, are you going to be trying any of those this week coming up?
What, just the pods in general, or what?
Or, yeah, like any of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be doing a video probably tomorrow. Actually, I think tomorrow I might do the cheese. Oh, and I've got the Go Ham challenge too. I forgot about
cool.
that. The jerky. Yeah, the Go Ham jerky challenge. Like I said, I've got a whole bunch of stuff, dude, that I'm getting ready to dig into. I feel like
you got a busy week coming up here.
Well, I've been letting people down, man. I ain't been doing nothing on YouTube because I ain't had nothing going, and you know, I spent most of my taxes on like I paid my wife's car off and you know this and that, and then I bought me a new car. And then we of course we just bought. I got at my work we get what they call our yippee check. You know, because when you get it every year, you know, you go yippee. You know, but anyway, it's a profit sharing check. And it goes based on like your hours you've worked and this and that throughout the year, like how much you actually get. But the percentage they pay out of the profit sharing this year was 17.2. So like I ended up getting an extra freaking $1,600 something check in my bank account, and that's only 20%. The other 80% goes, which is like $7,000 something goes into my 401k. So really, essentially, I've made somewhere around like $9,000 something off of it, but 80% of it goes into your 401k. So yippee! So I splurged. I've got more hot sauces coming from Bravado. One of them did a review on, which was the green apple habanero or jalapeno. I've got a serrano basil, and then I've got a creamy urban jalapeno also coming from Bravado. Then, of course, like I said, I got the 13 million Scoville chocolate, the jerky challenge, the pods. I've got a hot sauce already to review in there that's chocolate bootla. And then, of course, my Reaper and my Jigsaw cheese in there.
Sounds good.
Everyone should.
So any and everybody in here that ain't subscribed to me, I'm gonna kick somebody's butt. But like in all seriousness, if y'all are wanting to see some stuff go down this week, you know, y'all be sure to check my channel out.
Yeah, definitely check out his channel if you guys haven't already. That's the Holy Ghost Peppers.
And once I get to 250 views, I should make everybody wait for the 13 million until I get to that. I bet I'd hit 250 real quick then. But anyways, once I hit 250, I'm gonna do something special like I did at 100 subscribers. I may do my noodle challenge that I'm working on right now, which I'll end up picking a couple of people to send that out to once I've got it completed. But it won't be too long. I'm just trying to make sure I keep the heat extreme and keep the flavor good still. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Little peach pod.
Yeah, kind of peaches color to it.
You guys ready to call it a night for the live streaming?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, dang, y'all suck. I'm still sitting here eating pods.
you can do the outro with eating the pod still. While it's building.
Hey, that little sucker right there got right in the back of the throat.
You can do the outro while you're eating the pepper.
19 people watching online.
I don't know. It's almost 1 a.m. here. You know.
Hold up. Yeah, it's almost 1 here too. So yeah, I don't care. I mean, obviously, I'm sitting there eating a bunch of little pods. I'm gonna end up
11:53, and I got no blood. Life is good.
Hey, also, when I hit 200, y'all help me get there. When I hit 200, I'm gonna do a seed giveaway.
Cool. How far are you away from that amount of subscribers?
Hang on. I'm like 60 or 70 away. I think I lost a few subscribers. I had a few people that were using vulgar language in my comments, which I'm against on my profile. And I said some stuff to them, and I think I lost about 10 subscribers. Yeah, I've got 139 right now still. So I was closer to like 150 or 155, and I lost a few. But oh well, if you can't respect, not sitting there f-bombing in my comments and stuff, you know what I mean? Then whatever. I don't care what you do on your own profile or whatever the hell you do, but if I say, hey, please watch the language on here, and you want to get butt hurt and then unsubscribe, so be it. But well, and that's why BD, I made you and Happy Pepper moderators, because y'all know how I am, and y'all are straight up,
No, I feel you, man. No one wants to see that.
Well, because I'd be having like church family get on there and watch my videos, and I don't want them seeing people commenting and oh yeah, man, I bet that's effing hot, Like, come on, dude, really? You're typing. You can type without cussing.
Yeah.
Some people have trouble doing it when they're talking. They have trouble not cussing. I still slip up sometimes, but you can control what the heck you're typing. Anyways, since you're wanting to wuss out and go to bed, I'm not eating no more pods.
You said you are gonna eat one more?
No, you said since you're wussing out and trying
to yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up. If you guys want to do your outros and everything, and let everyone know where they could get a hold of you at and anything up and coming.
I lied. Oh, I need any and everybody on here that's on Facebook, look me up on Facebook, Kenny James. I'm gonna add y'all to a couple of groups. There's guys that's making like extremely spicy like gummies and all, like all kinds of crazy stuff, dude, right now. I got some jellies in the fridge right now too, from a guy JM Doe. Really, really good, dude. And like seriously, I did the review on it. And I came straight upstairs and made me a peanut butter jelly sandwich with one of them. Hotter than crap, but they're good. So y'all hit me up on Facebook too, Kenny James. You'll see me wearing some bits of shades that are kind of ugly, but I was like, whatever. And then of course you'll see my logo as my background on my page, so you'll know it's me. But yeah, anyways, so y'all check that out. Again, I'm on here. You can click on my comments or whatever, or go to my profile and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Now that growing season's in, pods will start being plentiful before too long. I plan on being on here, maybe a few times a week. So, especially while I got a box of pods and a whole buttload of other stuff to do.
Yep. Cool. Spring and Larry, you guys want to do your outro real quick?
We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, what else? Tumblr, Instagram. Yep, that's where we're at.
Cool.
Actually, the Facebook is I've got two of them, but the one I'm kind of turned to right now is Under Spring Pits.
It's under what is the Facebook called?
Spring Pits.
Oh, okay. And Eric and Rob?
You can find me on
Facebook.
I'm usually on the streets trafficking preppers and drinking turtle blood.
Yeah, I like that outro. There you go. Cool.
Yeah.
So, thanks everyone. I appreciate you coming on tonight, Eric and Holy Ghost, Pepper, and Rob, and Spring, and Larry. Hope everyone had a good St. Patrick's Day today, and
Yeah.
Later, everyone.
Thanks for having us on.
Yep. I'm not sure if we're gonna be having the live stream next week. We got to figure out what we're doing yet. So just stay tuned. It might be back on Charles's channel or mine. I'm not sure.
Hey, so what are we doing? Is Hangouts and all that stuff shutting down with PLC and all that?
No, I think Hangouts is staying still, but Google Plus is just gonna be removed after April 2nd, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, because if so, then how was we gonna do the panels? But we'll figure something out.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and see you next time. And have a good night.
Yep.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Bye.